Hey there, Miss Connor here, and I'm going to show you how to do number 1 and 2 from your quiz. This is so you can do get half the points back for your quiz corrections. You have to show all your work. The first two problems you had to solve by graphing. And remember, this is a system of equations because it has two lines. And so my goal when I solve a system of equations is to find where the two lines intersect on the graph. That's what I have to do. So I have to graph each one. When I graph the first one, I'm going to look at the number in front of the x since I have it solved for y, and this tells me the slope. So my slope is 1/2. The other number that's added to the end when it's solved for y is called my y-intercept, and in this case my y-intercept is 3, and I'm using this formula, mx plus b. So since the y-intercept is 3, I'm going to start with that when I graph it. And I'm going to go up to 3. Remember the y is the up and down axis. So I start with 3 on the y-axis. That gives me 1 point. And the slope, 1/2, remember that means we're going to use it as rise over run. That's my definition of slope. So I'm going to go up 1 and I'm going to run, because 2 is positive, to the right 2. So from this point I go up 1/2. Up 1/2, or I could go down 1/2, and afterwards I can connect these points, and I've got my first line. I'm going to use my ruler here. Alright, that's good. Now, I've got my first line, now I have to get my second line, and as I look at this one, again, I have it in this form, y equals, and so the number in front of the x is the slope. In this case, there is no number, which means there's a 1 there. We just don't write it when there's a 1. So my slope is 1, or 1/1, and my y-intercept is 4. So I start with my y-intercept. That's my laundry done. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I'm using this as rise over run. So I'm going to go up 1/1. Up 1/1. Up 1/1. And now I'll connect these points. And it looks like my two lines intersect at about -2, 2. My graph looks like it's a little bit off, so I am going to check it. Remember, I do -2 first because it's my x-coordinate, and I do my y-coordinate second, or +2. So to check it, I'll put +2 in for y and -2 in for x in each equation. Notice I'm using y equals 1/2 x plus 3, where I'm putting 2 in and -2 in. So we get 1/2 times -2, which is -1. Is -1 plus 3 2? Yes, it is. So I'll check the other one. Again, I'll put +2 in for y. For x, I put in -2 because I'm checking this. Does 2 equal -2 plus 4? Yes, it does. So I'm good. I'm done with number 1. I can circle my answer. Now I'm going to go to number 2. Again, I have to graph both lines and see where they intersect. So for the first one, again, I have it in this form, y equals mx plus b. My m is 2, or 2/1, and my b this time is negative. So I'm going to start with my y-intercept and go down to -4. There's my first point on my line, and then I'm going to use my slope. This means I go up 2 and to the right 1. Up 2/1. Whoops. Up 2/1. Now that I have 3 points is enough, I can go ahead and connect these dots, and I get my first line. Now I have to graph my second line. I already have it in y equals mx plus b form because it's solved for y, so I see my slope is -1/2. And here's my y-intercept, is 1. So I start with the y-intercept. And since the slope this time is negative, that means I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 2. So I'd go down 1 to the right 2. There's the point of intersection. Down 1 to the right 2. So I'm going to go ahead and graph my line, but I can already tell the 2 points these lines have in common. I'm having trouble because my ruler doesn't have enough space here. Add a line. I've got books in the way of my ruler. I can tell it's going to intersect at 2, 0. Again, I put my x first and my y second, and I still am going to check it. So I'm going to put 2 in for x, and I'm going to put 0 in for y. What's 2 times 2? Well, that's 4 minus 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So it does work. Again, I'm going to check the other one too. If I put 0 in for y, and if I put positive 2 in for x, I have negative 1/2 times 2 gives me negative 1 plus 1, which is 0. So I've got both of my answers, and I've shown all my work. So there's numbers 1 and 2.